Hi everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I'll never claim to be an expert when it comes to Warhammer 40k. I think it's an interesting universe, and I liked and even loved some of the 15 plus video games I played, but the lore can be overwhelming. When Space Marine 2 was released in 2024, like just about everyone, I too was excited, even though the first game was but I liked what Saber Interactive did with World War Z and was excited to see what they were going to do with this IP. Oh man, that rhymed. Sorry about that. So, what do I think about the game after finishing it? You play as Lieutenant Demetrian Titus, the Warden of Ultramar. Yes, the same dude from the first game. And if you're wondering why he's way bigger than before, essentially he's been upgraded. Because of reasons, and there's a bunch of other stuff going on. Like his superiors don't trust him, whatever, it's a story. Basically, you gotta kill tons of Tyranids for messing around with some all-powerful weapon that the human team has. As far as the acting goes, it's boots on the ground, macho bravo type stuff. I mean, non-stop seriousness. But it's well acted and at times well directed. There were also audio log lore items called data slates, the one-word kind though this time. And like all these things that happen to be conveniently left behind for you to stumble on, they were at least well acted. Saber Interactive's Swarm engine was pretty impressive. Lighting, particle effects, and various details added to the atmosphere. There were moments when this game was just absolutely stunning. And many times, while I tried to focus on the shooting, I just wanted to stop and look at the horizon. The same can't be said for the facial animations. I don't know if this was an artistic choice, probably a cost-saving measure, but we're talking 2017 Mass Effect Andromeda level of detail, and almost took away from the experience. Almost. As far as the world building is concerned, I thought they did a tremendous job. Buildings, platforms, structures, and corridors all looked fantastic, seemed purposeful, fell within the lore, and added to the immersion. Composers Nima Fakara and Steve Mullins did a great job with this soundtrack. The orchestral elements felt cinematic, and the music added tension to each battle or cutscene. The sound effects and environments were excellent as well. Weapons felt powerful, hordes of enemies were menacing, and each location sounded realistic. This is a third-person shooter hack-and-slash action game. The various guns felt responsive, aiming was accurate for those curiously stored explosive canisters, and it didn't disappoint in that regard. As far as the hack-and-slashing, though, it's fine, but all too often the animations felt stilted and vague. Finishers were there for the taking, and brutal, but again, never felt fluid. There were some cool game mechanics as you progressed. You got to jump, and you got to play with fire. But what really stood out to me was the constant opening of doors, and doors, and doors, and portals, and assembling at the elevators to assemble at the elevators or move obstacles to open more doors. Other than that, it's a mechanically sound game, and I didn't experience any bugs aside from the occasional frame rate stutter, which is probably my system, or the aforementioned animated issues. There were 4 levels of difficulty, from easy to Angel of Death. Love Slayer, by the way, got to see them back in '95. I mostly played on easy and normal. The differences were noticeable, though. There was a colorblind mode, and you could adjust the controls and keybinds. There weren't any in-game or mini-map to tell you where to go. You really didn't need one. And as you progressed, there was a world map, but it's really just a place to launch and replay each mission. The overall UI was fine. Nothing stood out that bugged me, which is good. I liked this game. At times it was truly spectacular and stunning to play through. The weapons were responsive and felt powerful. The sounds and acting were solid, and aside from the time-consuming doors and elevators and moving obstacles, it was a lot of fun. Saber Interactive gave us a AAA experience on a AA budget, and if you're into third-person shooters or hack-and-slash games, there's a lot to like. If you're a big Warhammer 40k fan and a stickler about the lore, I don't know, you'd have to ask them. But I had a great time. Speaking of which, what do you think? As always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this game. I also hope you enjoyed or at least found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe and let me know how I can do better. Take care, be kind to each other, and let's make this world a better place.